I was technically DoorDash before DoorDash even existed, except instead of an app, it involved tacos and a rodeo. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick J, and welcome back to the Save Files. Today's Save File is about the time that I accidentally discovered that I had a talent for business, specifically the business of playing multiple sides, keeping secrets, and turning free tacos into cold hard cash. This is a story about how a middle school kid walked away from a rodeo with $300, and I didn't even have to ride in it, and it was all completely legal. Kind of ethical, but absolutely hilarious looking back at it. So let me set the scene for you. My brother got into bull riding. Yeah, rodeo bull riding. And he was pretty good at it. I mean, really good. The problem was my parents didn't really want him doing that. I mean, I get it. Parents, as a parent myself, I don't want my kid doing dangerous things that's going to get him hurt. And I mean, they didn't want him riding in shows. They didn't want him to get hurt. And they really didn't like him going to shows without telling them where he was going. So that's where I came in. My brother would bribe me to keep me quiet. He'd pay me about 50 to $100 not to tell my parents where he was going. So man, back then for a middle school kid, I was making some bank. My parents would ask me, "Hey, where's your brother?" And I'd say, "Oh, he's probably sleeping over at his friend's house." That was my story, and I was sticking to it. They'd come try it again, and they'd ask me the same question again, and they got the same answer. So then they tried to sweeten up the deal. They come in with a $20 bill, but I knew my worth, so I stuck to my guns. Then they'd come back with a little bit more money, so when that offer would hit between 50 and $100, I'd go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, he's riding over in Swinny Switch. He's riding over in Banquetti. Yeah. And the cycle kept going. My brother knew I'd eventually tell, but he still paid me. And I did my best to keep the secret. But then my parents would pay me too to tell him where he was. So, I mean, I was playing both sides and I was funding my Super Nintendo collection in the process. So, this hustle, this was small time compared to what happened to the night my brother actually took me to a rodeo show. So I was in middle school, about to go to high school, and my brother was heading to a real show with his boys, with his crew, the guys he rode with. And they all piled up into his truck and they drove up together. And this time he brought me along. And no, I was not sitting in the stands with the regular fans. No, I was backstage. I was behind the chutes. I was literally with all the cowboys and the cowgirls, watching everything happen from the inside. And it was really cool. I mean, I felt like I was part of something, you know? So we get over there, and my brother and his buds, they're getting prepped to ride. I mean, they're getting mentally focused and everything. And there's a taco truck not too far away. And this was before taco trucks became as popular as they are now. But this was the taco truck. And I'll tell you why. The guys asked me to get them tacos. You know, they're getting prepped for their ride, and they don't want to do anything but they're focused on that. So they hand me some money, they tell me what they want, and I head on my way, walk into the taco truck. So I walk up to the stand and I order a bunch of tacos, like a lot. The lady looks at me and she goes, "That's a lot of tacos." And I point back at the chutes and I go, "That's for the riders back over there." And they end up watching me. So they see her looking, she sees them, and they wave over at her. And then she tells me something that changed my entire night. She goes, "Oh, the riders eat free as much as they want. You just come back here, and if you're working with them, you get to eat free too." So I'm standing there holding about $75 cash in my hand. And I just find out that all the tacos are free, even for me. So in my mind, I'm saying, hold on a second. I'm processing what just happened. But being cool, I go take the tacos back to my brother and his buddies, and I'm about to give them their money back, and I'm reaching into my pocket, and before I can say anything, they all say at the same time, "Keep the change, Pat." Cha-ching! I just made 75 tacos, $75 for getting tacos for free. And then this idea hit me. Do the other riders know about this? Those that know me best, you all know that I'm an introvert. Yes, I admit I am socially awkward, and I'm sure you all know that. I'm not really that great at talking to people, but when I'm motivated by money, I can turn into an extrovert when I have to. I'd be the most outgoing guy you'll ever meet. So I start walking around backstage, introducing myself to the riders, wishing them good luck, and telling them, hey, my brother and his buddies are riding too. And then I casually mention, hey, if you guys are hungry, I can go get you tacos from that stand over there. Bring you some back, save you a trip. And a lot of them saw me doing that for my brother. And I guess they trusted me. And since they're focused on the ride, they go, yeah. So they all end up giving me money. And they're telling me they want 2 or 3 tacos each. So I'm running back to the taco stand, grabbing free tacos, bringing them money back. And when I offered to give them their money, they told me the same thing, keep the change. So I'm like, okay. So man, I ended up becoming these guys' best friend because they keep calling me over to go get them more tacos because they're hungry. So man, they want second, someone third. So man, I'm running back and forth like a madman all night. This taco lady thinks I'm the hardest working assistant in rodeo history, and the riders think I'm doing them a favor. I'm really building myself a little fortune here. And at the end of the night, I walked away with about $300. For a middle school kid, that's a lot of money. Honestly, I don't even remember how my brother and his buddies did that night because I was too busy running my taco empire. But I know how much money I made. And here's the thing, nobody knew that the taco stand was giving riders free food. Only the fans buying that were watching from the stands were getting charged. So the riders had no idea that they could just walk up and eat for free. So that night, I made out like a bandit. Eventually, later, my conscience hit me. And I told my brother what happened. The whole thing, man, I told him everything. The free tacos, the hustle, the $300. And oh yeah, I was expecting to get chewed out. I'm never taking you to another show again. I was waiting for it all. He ended up just shaking his head and he smiled. And he never told his friends. He didn't tell any of the other riders. He just kept my secret. As honestly, I think he was kind of impressed. Looking back, was it a little shady? Maybe. Did I technically provide a service? Yes. I was the middleman. I was the logistics guy. I was the taco delivery specialist. Did those riders get their tacos? Absolutely. Did they care I was making money off of it? I don't think they really didn't have any idea. And honestly, they were happy not to be able to leave the chutes. So technically, like I said in the beginning of this video, I was technically DoorDash before DoorDash was a thing. So what did I learn that night? I learned that information is valuable. Knowing something that other people don't know, like the fact that tacos were free for riders, that was power. And I learned that when you're monetarily motivated, you can overcome any social anxiety fear you have really quick. And I learned sometimes the best business opportunities are the ones you stumble onto completely by accident. Now, I went to that rodeo just thinking I was going to watch my brother ride and his buddies ride too. And instead, I became an entrepreneur, a middle school age taco mogul, a master negotiator who's been playing both sides of the "Where's my brother" game for months. And that $300 went straight to my Super Nintendo collection. Man, I had everything, man. The Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, the Super Scope thing. I had a lot of stuff for a middle school kid for Super Nintendo. So yeah, man, my collection was thriving. And yeah, that was the rodeo hustle. The night a middle school kid made out like a bandit and discovered the value of keeping your mouth shut until the price was right. So thanks for listening to this save file. And if you ever stumble onto a business opportunity that you didn't see coming, hey, I get it. Sometimes the best hustles are the ones you don't plan. I'm Patrick J, and I will see you guys in the next save file.